you gotta get out the house. You gotta get out the house and you gotta get out your workplace. If all you do is go to work and all you do is go to home, or if you're just home, I think that it is definitely important to think about ways to cultivate community, think about ways to be social, think about ways to incorporate what you like and see if you can find other like-minded individuals and the like-minded people. Hello, welcome to my channel. It's me, Nadia. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight into the topic. I want to talk about my European experience, and I want to talk about specifically third spaces. If that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and get your coffee or your tea or whatever it is you want to drink, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about the topic. Hello, you guys. So I wanted to talk about third places or spaces. So first, in order for us to talk about that, let me go ahead and talk about what is the definition for a third place. So it is characterized as locations that facilitate social interaction outside of the people you live or work with and encourage public relaxation. There are places where you encounter regulars or frequenters of a space, as well as potential new connections. So one thing I want to tie in is when I went to Europe, I noticed that I was utilizing third place. So you have your first place, which is your home, which I'm at right now, which I love. It's an environment where you can kind of control how you want to do it most of the times. It could be, it could be where you live. It could be your own home, your apartment. If you're with your parents' house, that's the place that you spend the most time with. If you have roommates, that's your first place. That's where you live. And then your second place, most of the times, is either school, because you spend a lot of time at school, or work. And so third places is places where you, outside of school, outside of work, it's places where you actually want to go. And so I noticed that about Europe is how people were utilizing their third space pretty well. And so I guess this channel, I try to, explore my third place, because I go to work and I'm at home, right? But even when I'm not working, I'm taking a break or a sabbatical, I am at home a lot, but I notice that I still need to get out the house. And so in Europe, I noticed that where I was staying, it was amazing because I got to just literally, my agenda for the day was to walk outside and either go to a coffee shop, go to a breakfast place, meet random people, talk to people about anything, go to a coffee shop and just have like small chit chat. I remember that. The Czech Republic was one of my favorite places, only because it was my first time just being by myself in a different country for days, for 3 days. And so that's why it's my favorite. Also, Czech Republic was very affordable. It wasn't too expensive, so like I wasn't like, oh my goodness, I'm spending so much money. It was like very affordable, so it made it more enjoyable. And so I want to talk about the importance of third places. So you have places like church is a third place, that's a community building there. Then you have another place like your hairdresser, whoever does your hair, if you find somebody who does your hair, or going to the park, or going to the gym, or if you're in a book club and you meet with people, or coffee shops, restaurants, bars. These are all third places. And so I guess where you hang out with your friends. So I noticed in Europe, they really utilize these places. And one thing I noticed about in Europe is I feel like if they went to a coffee shop or if they went to like a pub, that most of the times I could tell these people knew each other and they actually would like get off of work and go to the pub and spend time together. And I remember with my husband, I was like, wow, these people have been here before us and we had like a whole 3-course meal and they're still here, but we're looking, there's no food at this restaurant. These people next to us, they don't have food or anything, but they've been talking and they've been there for a long time and they just have beer in front of them. I'm like, when do they eat their dinner and why are they still here after we already drank our drink, had our appetizer, had our dinner, and they're still there with the beer? And so I remember asking somebody, I was like, okay, tell me a little bit about, how you guys do things. And they're like, oh, here in Czech Republic, we get off of work and like we meet up at a pub or we meet up at a restaurant, and it's usually the same people, and that's like part of the culture. You meet up, you have your beer. First of all, the city that we went to, this where Budweiser's was made, so there's like a lot of beer places like where they actually make the beer freshly there, and so you get like fresh beer on that town that we're at. So beer is like a very big thing in the culture. but people literally will get off of work and it's like their routine. You get off of work, you take a shower, then you go to your local pub and you have your dinner and you have your drink, and you do that like once or twice a week with the same people all the time. And I feel like that's very healthy. I could tell how happy these people were. I could see the laughter. I could see them just spending time with each other. Like nobody's on their phones, not communicating with each other. That's one pet peeve that I have. I remember when I was like 23 or 24, I didn't have what is it called again? I didn't have Instagram when I was like 23 or 24. And I had no idea what it was. But apparently everybody had it. And I remember one time we were sitting at a club or something, and everybody was just like sitting on their phone, and I was just like, what's happening here? Like, why aren't we talking to each other? And I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, what is so important on this phone where we can't like look at each other eye to eye and communicate, you see? So that's what Europe showed me. Europe showed me the importance of third places. And then so now I'm evaluating my third places, and I want to encourage to you, whoever you are looking at here, I want us to together decide, how do we want to spend our third place? Do we want to go to coffee shops? Do we want to go to, do you do sports? What can you do maybe once a week where you can build a community, maybe see the same people? And so that's what I'm thinking about. And I know that like, I do see the digital place as a third space as well, but it's been discussed that like, that's not enough. This is, for me, the digital space is definitely a big place for me that I consider kind of like a third place, because I've communicated with so many people who have different walks of life or who have similar walks of life. I know people who are nurse and, getting to see their level and what they did with their career, and got to hear stories about that. I've got to see stay-at-home moms. I've got to see women who, had similar transitions like me, where they, like a housewife with no children. I got to see that kind of lifestyle and what that led them to. I get to see all different kinds of people. I get to see people who, value love and relationships and the positive side of love and relationships. I also get to see decorating. I also get to see all these women who like to decorate, who like makeup, who like hair, who like all the fun things. So this is a space for me as well. But, what can I do outside of that and make it more frequent in my life that I'm here right now? And so that's what I want to kind of focus in on. And if you're somebody who's like me, where do you guys go? Do you go to a coffee shop? Do you see your friends once a week? What can we do in our community like that we're at right now? Because there's obviously a lot of us out there. Can you do like a book club? I was thinking, maybe I can like do a book club. Like, this is my idea. I was like, maybe I can do like a book club and see if any of my friends want to join the book club. Either we can meet once a month or something, or I had another idea. What if I did what if we all got like a book and we did Bible study together? Wouldn't that be nice and fun? If I had like 5 of my friends who I know they all like, who like to go to church and who like the Bible, if I communicate with them like, hey, do you guys want to do like a devotional or Bible study together? That would be nice. Like if we can meet once a month, or we can talk on the phone or something once a week about the devotion or the Bible that we read, and make some kind of discussion about it, get the same book, do that, work with that together. And so I don't know, I'm kind of looking forward to that. And I'm also saying, I know in my life, me going to the park is life-changing and positive for me. Me going to the YMCA, believe it or not, I have people at the YMCA who have all different age groups, all different backgrounds, all different everything. I know them, they know me. That's like a third place for me. They ask me how I'm doing. They know about my life. They know what transitions I'm going through. They know when I got married. They know, when I changed my jobs, because I'm just an open person. So we talk about those things. So I highly encourage, go to the gym or go to some kind of place where you can work out with people. But if you don't like working out, if you don't like going to a gym or doing that kind of membership, maybe going to the park and asking your friends if they want to go walking with you like once a week or twice a week. Let's go to the park. Let's go hiking together. Let's do those things. Coffee shops, if you like coffee. Even wine bars if you want to go like once a month with a best friend or something. And so that's what Europe really showed me. In Europe, I saw people just enjoying their time outside. I saw people enjoying their third place. I saw younger people, older people, all mixed together, and that was inspiring for me. It made me realize like, oh, I do know what I'm doing. You got to get out the house. you got to get out the house, and you got to get out your workplace. If all you do is go to work and all you have to do is go to home, or if you're just home, I think that it is definitely important to think about ways to cultivate community, think about ways to be social, think about ways to incorporate what you like and see if you can find other like-minded individuals and the like-minded people. You know, we can't just isolate yourself. If you're anything like me, you might decide that you're just going to isolate yourself and just stay to yourself, and that you don't need anybody, and that all you need is your house, all you need is your home and your cup of coffee, all you need is that. No, it's important to actually go outside. Like, there's days where I don't want to leave the house at all, and I'm like, no, Nadia, you got to go outside, you got to go to the park, go get some fresh air, go to a coffee shop, see the local barista who you know, and ask them how they're doing, and you won't believe it. It makes a huge difference. And so I encourage you to acknowledge your third space, find out a couple places that you like, and do it. Just do it. And especially if you're single. If you're single, honey bunny, I mean, I know that, okay, let me take it back. Let's not even talk about that. Just go outside. Go outside. And this is the perfect time right now to look up festivals, because it's spring. There's going to be like festivals. Also, in my town, I put down free activities to do in Nashville, Tennessee. Festivals to go to Nashville, Tennessee. And then I just kind of find out what festivals are going out. I try to see what free activities are going on, because I don't want to, you know, spend a whole bunch of money every time I leave the house. I try to find ways where I can enjoy my time without spending too much money, you know? And so, yeah, one thing I learned about in Europe is how much I enjoy just going outside and going to a coffee shop, going to the mall, and not having no agenda. It didn't matter, like, you know, if I had $10 in my hand, I had $10 I said I'm going to spend. I got $10 to spend, and I made sure to spread that $10 out. I got a $5 coffee, a $5 snack, and then really enjoyed my time in a coffee shop. You know, I talked to people. I remember talking to somebody in Czech Republic. His business, he had a business of coffee beans, and I told him that I was Ethiopian, and he showed me how he had some local people in Ethiopia who he worked with, and who he got actual fresh coffee beans from Ethiopia. He was at the coffee shop working on that. I met some other people at the hotel in the morning where they had breakfast, and I met some people who were retired. They told me they were retired and they used to be business owners, and so I got to just encounter so many different people just from going to coffee shops. And so, yeah, that's what Europe made me realize. It made me realize how important third places are, and how I want to continue to expand those for me. And this year, my goal is to go to church more. You know, I've been going online a lot because, you know, wintertime, but I think this year I want to go to church more. That's going to be a place that I want to utilize, which today is, what time is it now? I might be able to make it a Bible study. Go to church more, go to Bible study, make that one of my third places. I want to find a new coffee shop that I want to check out. I want to think about starting a book club, or joining a book club. I also want to see if I can find people who like to do art, and see if I can find some kind of community. Maybe we can meet once a month or something and do art. Also, in Nashville, they have this place called a pottery place, and there's a class that I can take. It's very hard to get into. It has pottery and ceramics. So I'm thinking to either join a class doing that, or maybe possibly joining a ballet class. And so if I join one of these classes, I think that'll be a good idea good way for me to possibly meet new friends who are like-minded, who like art, who like dance and things like that. And also it'll be a way for me to not only just have to be going to work, being at home, and, you know, making sure that I expand my options. So yeah, I encourage you to think about third places that you like. Think about third places that you want to go. Don't just go to work and go to school and go home. You know, go other places besides work and home. Like, let's expand it. And so that's what I just want to talk about, how I want to continue to use my third places, and I want to build more community, and I want to build more different relationships and friendships, and join more activities to make my life more blossom, to give myself more social interactions, to be able to grow with people, meet new people, and just, you know, sprinkle that joy into my life. Anyways, you guys, I hope you have a good day. Thank you so much for spending time to chit chat with me and explore this. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye.